my qualifying lap guide video tonight.
Yes.
That when you run
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Alan Paterson here. Welcome to Wednesday night's coverage of Division 2 and Division 3 for the touring car races this evening from the Red Bull Ring in Austria. And I'm in the booth tonight with my good friend Nick Hodgson. Nick, how are you, sir?
Very well, Alan. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks very much, buddy.
Good, man. I'm looking forward to a fantastic evening of touring car racing. It is the Red Bull Ring National Circuit, i.e. the short version. And I tell you what, we're looking forward to some very, very tight racing tonight. Really short track. You're looking at about sort of 53s, maybe into the 52s for Division 2. And yeah, so not too much time to recover from any mistakes, and in fact not many places to make up time either.
Yeah, definitely. This is one of the trickier little tracks. 90% right-handers, one little lefty, and it does catch people out. So let's see how they go tonight on the what's known as the National Circuit, the Red Bull Ring National Circuit. Also, welcome to everyone on our YouTube channel tonight. Thanks for coming. Ruan's there. Mark Watt. Hello, Peter Caldenas, the boss man. Bruce Merriweather. How's it, Bruce? Marius Abus. Good evening. So, welcome to the YouTube channel tonight.
Yeah, I think tonight's going to be very, very interesting. We see Mike McGear already into the 52s, a 52.9, wow. Fantastic opening time. So yeah, we're going to see these times start to fly in as guys really put in their first flying laps for the evening. And there we go, 53 3s, 5s, 6s, 8s, 9s. Here we go. So it's all going to get fast and hectic very, very quickly.
It is. Okay, currently watching. Oops, he's just run wide. Was Dirkie Swanepoel for the sim racing crew in his Alpha, but he's just reverted back to pits. So let's go and find somebody who's on a good lap.
I'm looking at Craig Hunter, who's coming into the second last turn of the track into Rindt, I assume after Jochen Rindt, and he's about a 10th up on his best. So looking possibly, just cuts a little bit too much on the outside. That slows you down. You see he's lost half a tenth there, but he goes across the line, does improve to a 53.6. It's amazing, in fact, we were talking off air about this, how much the some of the astroturfy not fake grass, but it's not concrete on the outskirts of this track actually slows you down. Yes. Guys been paying attention to their deltas, they'll notice you put a wheel a little bit onto the red stuff or the green stuff, and suddenly you occasionally find the car slowing down rather than speeding up, even though you've made the track wider by doing so. And in fact, I've stayed on board with Craig Hunter, who's once again doing slightly better on his delta. He's run wide, though. You're lucky to keep that as a valid lap. And
his time's gone.
Using third into the last corner, really should be looking at fourth for that final corner.
See, Shiraz Dad has just gone through. Official time in third place, but now we see Lionel Clue 53.130 and Mr. Boertus a 52.9. Yeah, so here they come now.
Guys starting to get serious with their times. Habs improving to 5, knocking Bingham, who had improved to 5, down to 6th. So yeah, you can see it's getting really close as well. So the guys on the 53s, they're 2 Oaks and the 53.1s separated by 100th of a second. And in the 53.2s, we can see 2 Oaks separated by a couple of hundredths of a second. So yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close.
Okay, so Nick, I'm going to just go through the quick info screens for our viewers on YouTube while we've got time here. So the weather for this evening, or for today at least, midday. Ambient temperatures high of 24, low of 22, and track temperatures between 31 and 33 degrees Celsius. Slightly cloudy, as you can see. The track map, excuse me. So as you can see, it's the smaller national version of the official Red Bull Ring. Everything right-hand except for Worth, which is a quick and important corner to get right, because that gets you onto that back straight towards Rindt and Red Bull Mobile. So although it's the only one going left, you still have to set the car up properly to go around there. And then courtesy of our man Nick, I'm going to show you the in-car video of Nick going around, and he'll give you an explanation of the ideal line around the track and how we do this. So Nick, I'm going to let you take this away.
Here we go. Onboard lap at Red Bull Ring,
guys. Hope you enjoy.
National in the Hyundai World Touring car. Remember, front wheel drive as we go across the line. Looking for the 100 mark. You want to brake exactly on the 100 marker. Keep right. Get the car turned early. You want to clip that inside apex just. Avoid the red on the outside as you accelerate away into fourth gear through this section. You've got to compromise no matter what you do. I've kept it tight through here. You can go wide. It makes you slower. My line makes you slower through the first section, but you really shoot out the back. Keep the car straddled over those rumble strips. You don't want to lose any time bumping over those. Coming down here, look for the braking just before the 50. Car turned in a little bit early. Run the car as wide as you can, but not too wide. You don't want to take too much rumbles. You can see I got the last corner there not quite right. You really want to fling the car through the last corner. Lost about a tenth, but as we go across the line, get a 52.646. Could have been a 52.5, and that should give you a good idea.
Nick, thanks for that, and I'm sure that gives all our viewers a proper insight on how you actually get around this track efficiently and quickly.
Yeah, I hope everybody got a little bit of kick out of that. It does show though that I really do try and keep the car within the track limits, because as I keep mentioning, I'm finding that putting wheels over onto the painted concrete is actually generally slower, and in fact often unsettles the car, particularly the second last corner of this whole track, which is Rint. I find if I go super wide, I then can't actually get the turn in because the car is so unstable anyway.
Yes.
So yeah, it's an interesting one. Obviously everybody wants to push the limits as hard as possible. I fully get that, but certainly I was finding that and managed to do a 52.3 there.
52.3, yeah.
Yeah, without pushing it too hard. So yeah, I hope everybody else got a little bit out of that, and yeah, we'll give you an idea of what people should be looking to.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. You know, I broke my butt in this Monday night's racing, and I was 52.6, and you're 52. In fact, I was 52.8 officially in the race quali, and you're still half a second quicker than that. It is just mind-blowing how driver technique and also car setup and getting the right line around the track can make that much of a difference, even on such a short track, Nick.
Yeah, it really can, and you know, setup only plays so much of a part of this, and one of the things you probably would have noticed as well is how little I try and turn the wheel. Now,
yes.
I know somebody like a Jacques Buerter is a little bit more aggressive with the car, and he's obviously a very quick driver, so it works, but I'm finding to keep the tires in you know, in good condition for the whole race. Remember, these guys aren't going to be doing a pit stop. It's only 20 laps, and if you don't want your times to fall off, you need your tires to stay nice and in the zone for the whole of the 20 laps. So
yeah.
The less you can turn the wheel, the less work you're making the front tires do, which, let's face it, are taking the brunt of the punishment here.
Ooh.
And therefore you know, you'll probably have a quicker race.
Yeah.
So all of my setup work is just pretty much designed around making sure I can be consistently quick, not necessarily setting the quickest lap out there on one Banzai lap, but making sure I can, if let's say I'm doing, I don't know, 52.5 on my first flying lap of a race, by the time we get to the end of the race, I'm doing, I don't know, 52.8s, 52.7s.
Got you.
And then I can manage gaps and so forth.
We've just been watching one of the Leech Racing team's guys. This is Ivan Karamaker. He was very sideways going through the second last corner. And this looks to be with Wimpy de Beer is another chap who's also driving one. And thirdly would be James Leach Senior. I'm just trying to find him quickly.
He's in 13th at the moment.
He's in 13th. He's in the pit. So yeah. So looking at Ivan's car, this is a sponsor, a team sponsorship that they picked up from what looks like a craft beer company up in Johannesburg called OC Brewery.
Yeah, and I did a little bit of research on these guys because, you know, gotta love my beer.
Oh yes.
And fantastic to see a South African company get involved with sim racing. So really very well done to these guys. It's a family-owned brewery and was created in 2016. So that's, you know, it's wonderful to see. I'm not sure their you know, affiliation. Obviously they're sponsoring, but I'm not sure how that came about.
Yeah.
But the for those wondering, OC is not Orange County. It's in fact Optimum Craft Brewery.
Optimum Craft. Very clever. Very nice.
And certainly Ivan's the buxom barmaid. That seems to be a blonde ale.
Cool. Right, so back to timing here with just under 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes to go. Watching Dirk Brandt sitting in 15th and really struggling. Sorry, Dirk Brandt. Dirkie Swanepoel in the Alpha. We've got Peter Geldenhuis on the YouTube channel telling him he's the boss man of the sim racing crew, for those of you that don't know. So I guarantee there's some chirping going on the airwaves about him having to pick up his pace. That's for sure.
Yeah, these guys really trying hard now. Last couple of minutes, it's time for all the Banzai laps. Try and get something in. Just going through everybody, not quite improving at this stage, except for actually, I tell you what, Mark Hansen coming towards the end of his lap in dark blue Hyundai. With a go faster racing stripe, and you know, a couple of tenths, 4 tenths now, up on his best. The 5 tenths. Can he hold it?
Okay, he has.
Half a second improvement coming. This is going to make a big difference to his qualifying position. Watch this.
Watch.
Boom, straight up. 10
7th.
positions. 10 positions.
17th to 7th. Nick, I've got to add, if you look very carefully at the main sponsor on the bonnet of that car, you'll see that livery makes that car go quicker. It was a 10-minute PWSR livery for Mark Hansen when he arrived, and that's why he's so quick tonight.
Maybe Peter Geldenhuis might want to give you a call. Get one for Dirkie Swanepoel.
I'll see what you did there.
Old Lionel Clue has snuck into first position without us noticing. I think he looks to be running the Seat Leon Cupra.
And he's up.
Fantastic. And he is in fact
just ran out.
A little bit wrong. But 52.792, very good time from him. Shiraz Dada popping up into third position with a 52.930.
Sass. Yeah, Sass goes over and he goes to third. Well done, Sass. Other fellow commentator.
By 3,000ths of a second. Let's not. So 927, a 930, and a 932. That is how close. Third, fourth, and fifth.
But start from second.
Yeah, that's actually, I mean, you know, those were thousandths of a second. I mean, you know, hundredths of a second.
Yeah.
That's an eternity in these touring cars.
That's true.
What.
But look at that. I mean, we've got for Division 2, first to 7th are sub 53 second laps. And 8th place, Mark Hansen's not far off at a 53.0, and Sean Bingham. So
second to 7th are all in the 52.9s.
Yep.
That's a 10th separating 6 positions.
That's amazing. Unbelievable.
Really these oaks are absolutely on point.
Just watching Wyatt Avis here as he goes around the back of the circuit through the only left-hander, and he is just on a 10th up, or he's coming down in time. Let's see in the last 2 corners. Wyatt's sitting down in 18th in one of the Audis. Oh, he's lost it through that second last turn. He drifted a little bit too wide there.
Yeah. Didn't quite get a good run out of getting a good run onto the last corner. You've got to sacrifice going in, so you don't run wide. You don't want to go any further than the rumble strips on that last corner. It loses you time.
Lindsay Hunts in last place, in 21st, coming onto the start-finish straight, and he's just gone 3 tenths up 2.5
Yeah,
tenths.
see, he got a good drive.
He
got
did.
a great drive out of the last corner.
This is going to move him up from 21 to...
Oh, he stays. He doesn't quite get
Wow.
20th position. Look how close.
Look how
Even
close.
for 19th, 20th, and 21st position.
That's
all
incredible.
That's incredible. Really, really is. Okay, so we've got our qualifying results there, and as we wait for the race to start, I see James Leach says
Yes, pick
the
that up.
OC Breweries are the largest supporter of OC Breweries and good mates with them, so that's how that came about. They're a bunch of awesome people and make the best craft beer you will ever taste. Well, I got to tell you, I will absolutely be ordering myself some sooner rather than later. Right, everybody's lining up on the grid. We've got about 40 seconds to go. This is when everybody's frantically loading up their race setups. You know, race fuel. These guys should be looking at about 13 liters, 12 if they want to push it a little bit, but 13 to be safe. For 20 laps, these cars, the all turbocharged, use very, very little fuel for a race car. So yeah, not much needed. One set of tires, no pit stops, no traction control, no ABS, front wheel drive, just all around good fun.
Right, lights are on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 revs are screaming. Here we go. Oh, we got a little bit of a ping issue going on at the back of the grid there. Ish. Oh dear. I'm not too sure whose that is.
But Lionel Clue is through in first position. Bottas is on the back of him. Christo is looking for that first position. Clue was a little bit of a class of his own, but only by a tenth in qualifying. Let's see if that translates into race pace. Bottas going a little bit wide through the left-right kinks, and that's allowed Clue to get a little bit ahead. Shiraz Dada in fifth, all over the back of Craig Hunter at the moment.
I jump back down to Mark Hansen here. Moritz Krokamp midfield, and the whole field has got through the corner ring perfectly. So everyone's in a single file. Here we go for the first lap.
Mike McGear all over the back of Shiraz Dada now, going up the inside, looking for the inside line through turn 2. He's got the position made, but he's still got to take the inside line, which is slightly slower. What's Shiraz going to do? Shiraz gives him the position, but Mike didn't get a great run onto going into turn 2. Don't dive up the inside. That gap is going to close very soon. Very well managed by Shiraz. Unfortunately losing the position, but the race is yet young.
Just ahead of you, we're also watching Craig Hunter and Sass having a ding-dong battle. Craig diving down on the inside now as they head towards the second last corner. A little bit of a touch there. Just letting everyone know who's who and who's where. And Craig goes down the inside. Sass leaves the door open and Mike McGear's following suit.
Yep, now Mike is trying to go for it. And Sass, unfortunately, he's lost a couple of positions there. Has run wide. Oh, and who's that off?
It's a purple.
Off.
Yeah. He's back on again.
I think Mike felt he probably took Sass out a little bit there. And
I think so.
He's really fallen down. Everybody's swamping him. You can see just how close these guys are right now. Oh! Mike getting it all crossed up going into T1, really trying to make it up on the brakes. Didn't quite work. But as it is, Mike having...
Oh, they're 3 abreast here.
Race.
Mike is right in the thick of things here. We're following him. Okay, he's made it through there. It's 3 Audis here. Oh, that Leopard car. Oh dear.
That's unfortunate.
That was unfortunate, but if you had a radar on, you would have seen there was a car there. Okay, coming to second last.
Somebody trying to dive. Hands driving up down the inside for 13th position, making a count on Louis Steinberg. And in fact, I see Sass is now falling down again.
Yes.
Something's happened with Sass, unfortunately, and he is now down into 11th position.
Louis Safontaine just gone past him.
Indeed.
Oh, he's hammered the brakes and hit the barrier turn 1, and Mike McGear's also bumped into him. Sass just having a serious problem with his braking bias or the braking pressures on his Audi, but that's dropped him all the way down to 17th.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate to say. So you can see all the damage on his car now. He's got cracked windscreens and all sorts. Luckily, these cars are very robust. It's unlikely the damage should give him any performance issues. These guys are going to be running very, very little aero, and yeah, quite frankly, these cars can take a pounding and be okay.
They can.
Back
I'm
up at
watching
the front,
Stoppel here, sorry. Stoppel in 8th on the back of Fenter.
There we go, yes. Oh, that's a good run. He's got a good run. We'll be able to use the slipstream. VW on Audi. Same, but different.
Oh, there's another smash behind. Krocump has just got his Audi all sideways, and he's collected Louis Safontaine, and they've all had a coming together.
Yeah, so that's one of the problems with going so wide into turn 1 and braking on the very far outside there. It's very, very easy, in fact, to lock up and spin out, I found. So I tended to not go that far out going into turn 1, just to keep my consistency and know that I can get hard on the brakes and not have to worry.
Nick, I think the problem here is there's something, these guys haven't got their brake bias or their brake pressure set properly. So they're climbing on the brakes up the straight before they get to turn 1 and the car is sideways and sliding into turn 1 sideways.
Yeah, that adrenaline is absolutely pumping through the veins right now. You know, you've got guys swarming all over the left, right, center of you. So, yeah, a cool head is needed to manage all of this. I tell you what, as we see Stoppel in 7th taking Fenter, as they are absolutely side by side going through, what turn is that? Going into turn 2.
Fenter ahead.
Yeah, Fenter now just squeaking through on the inside, but Stoppel looks to have got a better run. We'll see if that he can make that count, close the gap, and then you know, get a better run onto the main straight.
Lindsay Hunt's had a terrible issue up in turn 2.
You've got to go to the front. You've got to go to the front. Position
Yep, got it.
Christo Bottas all over the back of Lionel Clue now.
And Lionel Clue
for turn 1. Yeah, you want to go around the outside. You want to go
oh
around
no, he's undercutting. That was awesome.
That's incredible. What a move!
Great drive there by Christo Bottas. Lionel Clue was defending up the inside on the main straight. Oh, and they ran wide. Okay. Bottas is maintained. Yep.
Clue ran a bit wide there, and has put him into the path of Craig Hunter now. You're absolutely right, though. That move was incredible.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it as a driver, and I was going, right, the fend here and the oak just completely switched around. That was a bamboozle.
That was grand. Okay, so we got James Leach Sr., the old man, who's doing really well. He's up into 5th place here. This is James Leach's dad, as far as I understand. And he's having a clean race up into 5th, and he's only 4/10 behind Shiraz Dada. And behind him, there's a train of cars, including Fenter, Stoppel, Maguire, and Safontaine. So it's all closing up here. This is a net dice for 4th place. Fenter runs a bit wide there, and we're watching now Stoppel, who's going to eat him up here. Stoppel in the Golf coming to turn 2, and Mike Maguire on the back of Stoppel. So these three are all over each other.
Absolutely, this is a proper battle for fifth position. Currently, James Leach Sr. having the drive of his life at the moment with the Headless Huntsman livery. And in fact, looking to get 4th position. Shiraz Dada not quite, thinks better of it, backs out through Rint, and Shiraz running a bit wide. That'll allow James to catch up a little bit again, but he's still got Stanley Fenter all over the back of him.
Look at down the main straight now.
Yep,
Mike Maguire and Stoppel.
All in one shot.
Mike Maguire, he's bombing down the inside.
He's definitely locks up a little bit.
3 abreast.
3 abreast. Somebody got it wrong. Shiraz Dada got it wrong. James Leach, Fenter, and Stoppel all profit from this.
Wow. I see what Dan and Sass were saying. It's almost it's impossible to keep on top of who's where in this race, and it's 9 laps done already.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always going to be fast and furious.
Fast racing, and furious. YouTubes, good evening. Ruan shouting for the Assassinator. Christoffel Buerta, hello. Gavin Murray, Mr. Leach, there's he again. Yassine Manuel, hello.
Junior, I
yes.
Leach Senior is not quite good enough to be commentating in the YouTube channel.
No,
And,
no, no,
and
no.
racing.
Yep, true. Right.
In 12th, we got Wimpy de Beer all over the back of Dirkie Swanepoel. Got to wonder
Oh,
if
Dirkie, he's left his braking late.
yeah, he has.
Oh, he's undercutting. He's looking at the back of Steinberg. Now they're next to each other.
Well.
Mark Hansen watching this in the fast blue car just behind them, and he's going down the inside. Oh, that's...
Stick his nose up. Oh, that's unfortunate. In the Vigo the Viking car, unfortunately, what you want to do in that situation, you can go around the outside, and if you can stick with the guy and just get your nose up the inside of the left-hander, it means that the oak has to give you a little bit of room.
Yes.
And that does counteract the worst drive out of the corner, or down the straight, I should say.
Oh, Dirkie's run wide. Mark Hansen's bombed it down the inside. They're next to each other on the start-finish straight. And Mark's cruising by into turn 1. He's already back across into the normal braking point.
Yeah, he's done very well. He's done very, very well there. Fantastic racing. These Div 2 guys are really showing us how it's done right now. This is actually incredible to watch.
We're in car with Dirkie, and I tell you what, Nicholas, you need to go and have a look at his windscreen, buddy.
Because it's just all...
It's hammered. He's going to PG glass at pit stop, I promise.
Dirkie doesn't need to see. He can drive by feel alone.
I see poor old Moritz Krokamp's in the pits. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but I don't think he's running, or he's got a technical fault somewhere. So Christoph Wirtus up at the front with 12 laps gone. He's managing this gap, but I tell you what, Lionel Klue is trying really hard to close that gap. That gap is now under a second. It's half a second, Nick.
Yeah, he's really closing down. He's really closing down. As I also noticed that Stoppel, Venter, and Leach all having still an absolute crazy battle. But let's stick with Klue for the moment, because Wirtus getting all kind of crossed up through Rindt and into Red Bull Mobile as we go onto the start-finish straight.
Klue got an excellent,
yeah, he did. Hey,
he was quick there. Look at this. Yeah. Wirtus is going to be under huge pressure as they come out of T1 here.
Klue really taking the wide line. I'm not convinced that that's the way to do it.
Jeez, Hunter took a wide line in the background.
Now, Craig, we haven't really mentioned him. He's been a little bit out on his own, having his own battle with himself. But a fantastic third position at the moment. Venter, though, still all over the back of James Leach Sr., Stoppel, and McGear. These guys just, you know...
We're with Mike McGear now.
They must have a string tied between them, because there's just absolutely no breaking this battle up.
In car with Mike McGear, looking ahead at Graham Stoppel, one of the newest members who's joined SimRace SA in the big Golf, and the guys are next to each other going down into the last turn. Oh, there's a bit of contact further up. Graham's who's that? Venter and
someone into the wall. Who went into the wall? That was Venter. Venter into the wall. Sorry, I missed that.
Venter. Was
James Leach Sr. now under all
going
kinds
around
of pressure.
the outside.
Maintains his line.
Sure.
Did very well there. Did very well. Wasn't going to be bullied. Gave McGear room. McGear still tried to use a bit of a wider line. They did have a little bit of a door coming together. Audi and Hyundai. Been a bit of a manufacturer battles almost for this season, but McGear looking up the inside, less than a tenth between these two. What's going to happen? Who's going to be later on the brakes? McGear brakes much later, able to get the position, runs a bit wide. He'll give Leach. Oh no! That's unfortunate.
Oh, well
Mike,
done.
Well done, Mike. Well done. That was held like a champion. Shiraz Dada.
Also getting involved.
Advantage, yep, getting involved, taking James Leach. You've got to remember, these guys are so close. You make a small mistake like that, and somebody's going to be all over the back
James.
of you. James getting very sideways in the background there.
Credit to him for actually slowing down and letting Mike sort himself out there, Nick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That good one there.
Racing.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly what we expected SimRace SA.
Oh,
Ooh,
now
and
he's
Fenter
getting
now having a move.
Fenter
Yep.
down the inside. Oh, James is all over the place at the moment.
Yeah, he just needs to recompose himself. There's still 5 laps to go. He's got Serpentine now on his bumper.
He does.
Needs to just, you know, calm those nerves, get the flow back, and then he'll be good to go.
Back up to position 2. Lionel Clue going on to lap 16 of 20. So they got... Oh, yeah, here we go. So Paterson has run wide. Lionel Clue's coming down the inside, and he's just gone past him.
Yep, he made that look easy. The pressure seemingly getting to Christo.
Just like it does to me, Nick.
Unfortunate for Christo there, suffering with the condition known as Alan Paterson. But no, he's still got time. He's still got time. There are 4 laps left. Only 4/10 of a second between these two oaks. There's definite time for mistakes to happen. You never know. Lionel Clue, fairly experienced racer. Will he be able to hang on? Certainly starting to pull a little bit of a gap, although Bottas did get a better run onto the start-finish straight. You see that gap is now coming down.
We've had a disconnect.
Just under 3/10 of a second as they go into turn 1. Both of them running a little bit wide. That's compromised both their exits, so we'll see status quo here. We go into turn 2. Clue really locking up. You want to stick as close as you can to the inside, all the way through the corner. It is slower. You'll see your delta go slower, but then this blasting down this straight through verts and so forth, that is just absolutely so much quicker. It's really worthwhile taking the pain early to gain it on the later.
I've jumped down the field down to Wimpy de Beer in 11th, and he's on the back of Dirkie Swanepoel. There's dices all the way through the field. We've got a big disconnect that's happened. Somebody has gone off the server. You can see on the timing screen.
Yes, you can.
I don't know who that is. I see Black Widow Racing's on YouTube with us. Hello.
Yeah, good to see BWR in the comments.
Yeah, Stefan Herbst.
All over the back. Vigo the Viking once again putting the pressure on the SRC Alfa Romeo.
Oh, he's got a good drive here.
Yeah, he's got a fantastic drive. This should be a position. Ooh, Dirkie going very defensive.
Dirkie going very defensive. Yeah, Wimpy's gone back out to the right-hand side. He's fallen in behind him.
I think Wimpy had to back off the throttle there. Must have felt he had to do that to avoid a collision. Personally, I would have been trying to flick it back and go around the outside into turn 1. I really think that move can actually work at this track. But, you know, both drivers live to see another day. Remember, this is for 10th position. 10th position is absolutely crucial in race 1. Dirkie Swanepoel, no wonder he's defending so hard, because that will mean he starts on pole if he maintains this 10th position. Whereas, you know, Wimpy will be in 11th. So it's really a little bit of a do-or-die position here.
Just watching Ronald Childs down in 15th having a huge dice with Lindsay Hunts, and he's gone down the inside through the last turn, and they are now next to each other on the start-finish straight. So I'm trying to... Oh, don't move over. There's a car there. Yeah. Watch this for turn 1.
Yeah, obviously Childs trying to defend the inside line, but that was never going to happen. Just go around the outside. Ooh, that is brave, going all the way on the slippery stuff, but he manages to keep the position. Well done.
I'm going up to Dirkie. Watch this for 10th. This is on the last lap, and they're all ganging up on the back of him. Sass is right there.
Sass is right there now. So Wimpy's had a problem, slipping down a bit, and in fact is now under pressure from who's that? Sean Bingham. So really 10th position all to play for. Leaders on the final lap coming through into
Dirkie's run deep
2 at the moment.
Oh, Sass has got a drive here.
Yeah, if Sass gets a good drive, it looks like he has. It looked like a good exit onto the start-finish straight. Here we go. Go up the inside, Sass. There we go. Hard on the brakes. Keep it tight. Keep it tight through the corner. Let the other oak run wide, and then try and get the inside line, Sass. You want the inside line.
He's got it.
Turn 2. Here we go.
And they're behind him.
Move. Yep.
Oof! Everyone wants this position. We're going to stay with this position. Sorry to Lionel Clue in the lead, but this is for 10th.
Comes over the line for a fantastic win. Christo Bottas second. Craig Hunter there in third for a third position, and as we wait there for Stoppel in 4th, McGear 5th, Dada 6th, Fenter 7th, Leach 8th, Hansen 9th.
9th. And here comes Sass.
And
It
there
looks
we go,
like he's got
Sass.
it.
Yeah, it does. Running in that coveted 10th position. He will start from pole. Look at this. For 10th position, the chap's coming over the line. Absolutely line.
Wow.
So 3 abreast.
3 abreast.
That is incredible.
Sean Bingham actually got past Durkee on the line there. Whoosh, I couldn't keep up with that.
That is incredible.
Div
really
2,
properly well
that was
done.
some good racing, man.
Yep.
Need to get my breath back here for a second.
Yeah, guys, so as you can see, touring cars is just, you know, all go from start to finish. I hope you've enjoyed that first race. Stick around. We have race 2 coming up. Same track, of course, but this is a reverse grid now. So the top 10 reverse, not the whole grid, the top 10 reverse. That's why we're talking about that position 10 being so key, because that will now be pole position. Mark Hansen will be in 2nd, Leach in 3rd, Fenter 4th, Dada 5th, McGeer 6th, Stoppel 7th, Hunter 8th, Bottas 9th, and of course our race winner for the first of 2 is Lionel Clue. Let's see how Clue and Bottas, who were definitely in a little bit of a class of their own at the front of this race, having a proper battle. Let's see how they manage the traffic, and if they can get through. It's not easy to overtake on this track. We've seen guys throwing moves and really giving a lot of respect to each other, which is fantastic to see. Love it. And yeah, we'll see what happens into the second race.
All right, let's see what happens. Just doing a quick reset. Here they go. They're going to get back onto the grid now. Let's make sure our cars get out there. There we go.
Looks like everybody is on the grid from my view. Oh, fantastic first race. Let's see what we've got for the second race. These guys will be just keeping the same setup. Unlikely anybody making setup tweaks. That is a recipe for disaster, certainly. Unless you really know what you're doing, or you feel like you want to take a little bit of fuel out or something like that. Strap on a new set of boots and off we go for the second race. 25 seconds countdown. Everybody will be joining the grid. Starting to make sure accelerators are connected and all of that jazz. And waiting for those lights. There they are. 12 seconds. Here we go. 10 seconds to go and the lights are about to come on.
Here we go. Hello to Gavin, Marie and Christoffel Buerta on YouTube and Jurgens van Vieren.
As the lights go out and off we go for race 2. All absolutely pedal to the metal down into the first corner. Sas van der Veste is leading the way, taking the inside line, keeping his position. Hansen losing out a little bit. James Leach Senior up into 2nd position, taking a nice tight line through there. The first 2 guys all seem to be through without too many problems.
Yes, Leach Senior doing really well. He's in 2nd and maintaining his position. Mark Hansen in 3rd.
Yeah.
Couple of changes further back, but looking in.
We got a tag on.
I see that.
It was Lindsay
Hans
or Bottas. It was Bottas actually. It was Bottas. He got just sideways, couldn't quite hold it. I think he probably got a nudge from the back.
Oh, it's so busy back here. Oh, there's another bit of contact behind him. It's Krocump. It's Karamaker. Ivan.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Bottas
clear.
Really trying and you know, regain some positions here. 3 wide as they go into turn 1. 4 wide almost. Oh my goodness, this is going to end up interesting to say the Leach.
She was.
Oh,
who was
goodness.
that? It was Ivan Karamaker.
It just all went on there. I don't even want to say what happened there, because just all of the things happened and Bottas somehow came out into 13th position, really trying to battle back. While Lionel Clue is actually down into 17th. I haven't seen that. Lionel Clue all the way into 17th.
Yeah.
So our first 2 positions, a bit like the Div 1 race, the first 2 positions not faring well in the first lap at all.
He got caught up in that in a collision at the back there, Nick.
Yeah, and you can see the damage on Lionel Clue's car now as well. Definitely far from factory fresh.
Well, it's going to be a drive back, so let's see how he does with this.
Yeah, in fact, what we have missed, I can't believe we've missed it. We've missed James Leach Sr. taking the lead of this race. Sas van der Westhuizen slipping down to second place and now being challenged by, who's that?
Sas, Mark Hansen.
Mark
Hansen on the inside of Sas. And behind that is Stanley Fenter having an awesome race as well. These three are close, so let's watch Mark Hansen on the back of Sas.
Yeah, I think Hansen got a slightly better drive out of that twisty section. Sas going very defensive. Let's see what happens.
Behind as well. Mike McGear looking down the inside.
Yep.
Mark running wide. Fenter down the inside of Mark.
Yeah, Dada as well. Everybody getting involved. Fenter is now up into third position. Hansen slipped all the way down. It's unfortunate for him, but we're going too wide, it looks like, into turn one. I don't think Sas in this race knows that you can go one wide into turn one. It's just all go for him at the moment.
Mike McGear got a little bit of a punt from the back there, but all good. Everyone's still in play and on the track.
I mean, can you even handle how close this midfield
It's insane.
is? I see Lionel Clue has set the fastest lap of the race down in 17th position.
Hansen and Sas are next to each other. Oh, Sas runs wide. Mark gets collected by Mike McGear, and there's a big turnaround for him.
That's really unfortunate. Kind of with that big pack of cars, something was bound to be happening, unfortunately. And it looks like Hansen and Dada came off the worst there. As Sas runs wide again, and it looks like Craig Hunter has gained that position up into third.
And Mike McGear's going into the pits.
That's
what's that about?
Unsure what that is all about. Unlikely to.
There's three next to each other here. Dirk is Swanepoel. And just behind him, sorry. So De Beer, Paterson and Charles. And they all get through turn one.
Yeah, Oak's not afraid to have a go and also give them themselves respect.
Wow.
That is properly incredible to watch. Goodness, guys. Matthew Boy says, evening gents, just in time for race 2. Matthew, I mean, I've got to tell you, you joined at the right time.
Jeez. We're watching Christoph Werters here.
Yeah, who got a little bit out of shape coming through the twisties, and
Ronald Childs
is now under pressure from Ronald Childs.
Talk about cutting your nose off there. I mean, I sometimes don't know how they don't make contact.
Yeah, these guys got proper awareness on each other. I mean, look at that. There's like about 8 or 9 cars on the same piece of tarmac. This is incredible. Once again, Childs and Bottas
Lionel Clue
side by side.
Lionel Clue's up to 11th already, and
he's doing very well in that Cupra.
Yeah, he's just passed Louis Steinberg and up into through turn 1 and on his way in 11th place. I'm back on board and watching Christoph Werters having it all out with De Beer, Sean.
Having a decent recovery at the moment. He's certainly getting himself involved in the action, not afraid to put a couple of scratches on his SRC Audi. Going up the inside here into Rindt. That is brave. Done it myself. You've really got to trust the driver next to you. He clearly trusted Sean Bingham.
Yes. So that position changed.
Yeah, he very kindly ran wide there for Christo, but I'm sure he's not going to be complaining, as he is now all over the back of Dirkie Swanepoel. It's just absolutely all going on here. James Leach Sr., meanwhile, just as a quick update, is 2.5 seconds in the lead here. Really looking strong. Really looking strong for a great win. Sas van der Westhuizen also just in the mix. Like cars, left, right, center, you name it. Sas has got them around it.
Guys, I'm trying to keep up here. Nick is mentioning names faster than I can find them on the timing sheets.
It's because there's just too much. There's just too much. Give us a break, guys. Give us the commentators a break. Feel sorry for us, please.
Graham Stoppel in the Golf on the back of Sas and looking for third. This is now, these guys are fighting hard. This is the last step of the podium.
Yeah, and Hunter ran wide as well, so now
here we go.
Hunter's back in the mixes.
Stoppel down the inside of Sas.
Are these guys going to go 3 wide again? Don't go 3 wide, but Stoppel makes a fantastic move in his GTI. Well done.
And Sas gets an awesome drive through turn 1 and looks to come back at him.
Yeah, if he's going to want to try and go up the inside. Oh, here we go. Alpha up the inside.
I'm watching.
Not quite.
He is. Quite. He's up the inside of Sas.
Oh my goodness.
So Sas has lost 2 positions in 2 corners.
Yeah, that's sometimes the price you pay for being super aggressive in a tight racing series like this. You're looking for a position around the outside, not really a place to overtake, to be honest.
Swanepoel up the inside of the Golf.
No, not quite for the Alpha. Alpha on GTI. Ooh, Sass having all kinds of ping issues.
Sass having some ping issues, yep.
Luckily no one gets hit. Fantastic for all of us as Bottas continues his charge as well. He's now all over the back of Van der Veste. Pulls up for the inside. See if he can get that undercut through the turn one. Sass gives him room.
Well done.
Gave him room. Knew it was a little bit, you know, pointless, I think, to fight Bottas.
Yeah, and Sean Bingham now looking as well. I'll tell you what, when Sass loses it, he loses it, and then it takes a long time for him to get himself settled down again. So it looks like he's good now. He's stable and he's ahead of Sean Bingham.
Wimpy de Beer looks like he had an issue into turn 2 and has lost about 3 or 4 positions, unfortunately. But that has allowed Clue, Charles and Habs all to gain. So Clue is now up into 10th position. Remember our race winner from race 1. Now up into 10th. Let's have a look who's the closest at the moment on track. Looks like it might be Stoppel on Hunter for the battle for 3rd position, and in fact behind him as well, just an absolute gaggle of cars waiting for their opportunity to jump on that podium.
Dirkie Swanepoel in the Alpha looking to take advantage of Stoppel making a mistake in the big Golf.
Yeah, probably all the while mindful of the fact that he's got the fast charging Christo Bottas on his tail.
I'll tell you what, Stanley Venter doing an awesome drive in 2nd place here and closing in on Leach Senior.
Oh, he is. I mean, that gap at one stage was 2.5 seconds.
It was. So we were halfway through the race here.
Goodness, that is coming down very quickly. He's going to be making a move on Leach if he's not into turn 1 if he's not careful.
I think James Leach Senior had a moment somewhere in.
Must have. He's got it all to do now. Again.
Venter missed his braking there.
Super wide line into turn 1. Still not convinced by that line, Oaks. I'm still not convinced, but we will see. Keeping it tight. Venter keeping it tight through turn 2. Lovely. Lovely to see. They can get that good drive through Worth. Which I'm probably saying wrong because that's meant to be pronounced in Austrian. But anyway.
It's all good. I've jumped back to Dirkie Swanepoel. And just behind him, Moritz Krookamp. Dirkie Swanepoel still looking at the back of Christo Bottas, but behind him it's all happening. There's 4 cars, they're next to each other. Sean Bingham and Lionel Clue.
Lionel Clue throwing a move up into Rindt, gets a good inside run, and looked like Bingham ran wide, but then I think maybe there was a touch.
Yeah,
Clue has just backed off.
Lionel Clue backed off. Yep, very nice.
That's very nice to see, but I tell you what, Clue is now going to be very compromised onto the start-finish straight. Does manage to stick away from Childs though. That's impressive driving there.
That's okay if he's a little compromised. He's fast enough. He can drive himself back up there. What I like to see is the gentleman conduct happening here. The guys they're apologizing. They're slowing down and letting the driver sort himself out and hold his position.
Venter all over the back of James Leach now as we go into the last corner. Going up the inside, not quite. That was never going to quite work. That's just going to compromise you. And now you're going to have it all to do as you go through Red Bull Mobile and onto the start-finish straight. Yeah, you see locking up into the last corner, and that's just made that gap grow way too much. Got to keep patient. Pick your spot. Really get in behind. You want to be... you know, if you're slipstreaming, you want to be about 2/10 behind the guy, and then you'll get a really nice toe.
This gap's growing out again, so I'm going to go and look further back.
Sass again putting, I should say, Krookamp under some pressure now for once.
Black Widow Racing offering the commentator some drinks there. Thanks. I'll have 2 pints. My throat is raw at the moment.
I think I'll have an OC beer, thank you.
Yeah, I'm fresh out of orange juice here right now.
So Venter's once again worked that gap down, going through.
He seems to be quicker around the top end of the track.
He definitely is. He just got trying sort of desperate moves through the last couple of corners was never going to work, and he just pulled him back. Now, much better. 2/10. Is he going to throw it up the inside? He
No.
looks like he's going for it. Looks like he's going for it. Leach going around the outside. And in fact, looks like Fenta has got the move done.
What?
Fenta's got the move done.
But
He's gonna
James
be able
Leach just stayed out there. He didn't turn in for turn 1.
I think he was trying to get a better drive.
I don't know. I think he saw Stanley out there and thought Stanley's going to drop it down the inside. It was a full send, and he decided to stay out to avoid the collision.
Yeah. I mean, Stanley Fenta's best lap was a 53.1. His last was a 53.2. Whereas Leach's best lap was 53.3 and his last was a 53.7. So you could really see that Fenta was being held up by Leach, and already that gap is almost a second.
Yeah.
Nice smooth driving style there from Fenta, and he starts to pull away. So Leach is really going to have to start to defend his position. We've got 5 laps to go of this race 2.
Oops.
And Leach is going to be looking to try and consolidate that second position on the podium.
I'm just looking further down the track here. Herbst at the back of Clue and Bingham as they're going to turn 1. Lionel Clue still looking to make up positions and has a good drive out of turn 1 on the back of Sean Bingham. Throws it down the inside. It's a full send. Sean Bingham runs wide and Lionel Clue's on the apex, but Sean's got the pace around the outside and holds that position for the next inside.
Yeah, so Clue will be much quicker here, but because obviously Bingham has the position, you know, his car's not going anywhere. You can't just
Lionel's down the inside here. It's done.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Know about
it's
that.
not.
No, go around the outside. Yeah. Don't give it up so easily, Bingham. There we go.
It's great to see everyone fighting and no one just... Oh, somebody runs very wide back there in an Alpha. But these guys are having a ding-dong battle. Here we go into T1. Watch this.
Make these BWRX fight for it. They've had it too much their own way.
Oh, great move. Oh,
yeah,
look
move.
at that. Who's...
Yeah, good move.
Herbst.
That was Herbst.
Stefan Herbst just taking advantage and
now he's going up the inside of Clue.
Has he
Make
got
it
both
stick,
of
boy.
them?
You make it stick. You've got the inside line. You'll get the better drive.
Lionel's
Make sure
there.
you're side by side. There
Keep
we go.
going,
You're side
keep
by
going.
side. You're now fine.
Oh,
You
he's
should
run
have this.
heavy. Oh, he's
No,
good.
he's good. He's good. He's good.
That was awesome.
There you go.
Wow.
That was the quicker line. In the long run, you just got to make sure you're side by side.
Yep.
So the oak has to give you room, and that is fantastic racing.
That
by
was
Herbst.
amazing. Wow.
Well done.
From 2 back, jeez, he got hijacked. Oh, we've had a change up ahead here. Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter and...
Oh, there's
and
a huge
Bottas
smash on
coming
the main
together.
straight.
Yeah, big coming together from those. Didn't quite see what happened there. That's really unfortunate. Bottas was really gaining lots of positions. Gets the car going again, but he's back down into what looks to be 12th position.
Yeah.
Next to Wimpy de Beer, who's now looking
Lionel
for
Clue now coming back down the
position as
inside,
well.
sorry, of Herbst.
Oh, yeah. Good move.
Oh, there's a little touch
little tap.
and another tap. He is slowing down. Well done.
He is. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
great
goodness.
racing. Oh, it gets a
Everybody's
little bit
gone off now.
confusing. Okay, everyone did the right thing, but everyone kind of got in everyone else's way there, so...
Yeah, it's the problem when you got so many cars on track so close together.
Yeah.
You know, you can back off, but then there's somebody else right
Somebody's going to take... Yep. All right. Well, they're back in, and I'm sure Herbst, Bottas and Herbst Clue, everyone's happy. So let's see how they go from... Oh, here we go. Bottas down the middle of the track against the pit wall. In the Audi, chasing and passing Lionel Clue.
Yeah, so remember these two guys, Lionel Clue and Paterson, were the first and second
Race 1,
position
first and second.
in race 1, and Paterson was
Herbst.
right up there, but now...
Oh, Herbst
with
had
the
a terrible
incident-
exit there. They've both passed, piled past Herbst.
Yep, Clue and Bottas. So, you know, this is... this is now getting really hectic.
Sheepers, and they're catching Ronald Charles. They're
I
on
tell
it.
you what, Bottas has had a horrible exit. He got the car a little bit crossways and into the gravel. Let's see what happens. Clue throws it up the inside. Bottas says, that's fine, I'll go all the way around the outside.
Hard braking. Oh.
And Herbst getting involved as well. This
These
is phenomenal.
4 cars, there's 4 of them. I'm just going to leave the camera on somebody in the middle here, shall I?
Yeah, incredible racing as Herbst dives down the inside looking for that position.
Oh,
Gets it.
late.
Clue and Bottas just battling it out. Herbst gets a horrible exit. So now, who's ahead? I can't even keep track.
I can't keep up.
Both Clue and Bottas now are ahead, but Bottas is now around the outside. Clue up the
Lionel
inside.
on the grass, Bottas around the
Touching
outside.
yours. Here we go.
Herbst down the inside now.
Bottas will have the better drive. No, sorry, Clue will have the better drive. Herbst, even a better drive than that.
The guys watching this on YouTube, this is the best racing you've seen anywhere. I'm sorry to say. It's even better than Div 1. We suck in comparison.
Yeah, don't watch us. Watch Div 2. This is magical. Herbst on the outside as they go until the start finish straight. Side by side with Clue. Clue will get the better run.
This is
sure.
the last lap,
and
man.
then behind them, Bingham. Is that Bingham getting involved now too? Everybody trying a different line through T1 just to try and get something over their competitor.
So Fenta out in the lead by 3.5 seconds as he's going around the track. We're leaving our focus here for 9th, 10th and 11th. Oh, another touch.
That was unfortunate, and Clue's now been punted a little bit back. Just keeping an eye on Stoppel, who's just behind James Leach Sr. I don't think it's quite going to matter as we see Fenta coming across the line to take a fantastic victory.
Watch second.
Very well done.
Watch second.
James Leach Sr. just hanging on. Just hanging
that
on
was
by
a
the
great
skin
result.
of his team.
James
Oh, my
Leach
goodness.
Sr. Excellent.
Stoppel bringing it home for the last position on the podium. Fantastic drive by him.
Let's go and see what happens with these guys. Herbst in 10th. There they come. Straight line. Herbst, Bingham, Clue, De Beer, Steinberg. Jeez, I'm absolutely dry after trying to keep up with all of that. I need an orange juice. Amazing stuff.
That was a fantastic race. We really saw the guys giving it absolutely everything. Really good to see. Fantastic win there from Stanley Fenta, who we will hopefully get to have a chat with just now.
Totally. Guys on YouTube, how was that? Proper TC action, Shiraz Dada. Cornet Briet's still racing. Yo, that was heavy. Okay.
I'll tell you what, it was hot and heavy in the commentator booth, so what it was like behind the wheel, I'm not quite sure, but I tell you what, all these guys did very, very well.
Okay, Nick, I'm going to exit here. I'm going to Div 3's race, and I will try and put that on the screen for you to watch. Just bear with me. Let me just get it running.
So if anyone's got any questions for us or for hopefully Stanley Fenta, please send them, and we'll do our best to answer and ask those questions. We'd love to know what you would like to know. I hope you have enjoyed the racing for this evening. We certainly have in the commentary booth. Yeah, got to catch our breath, but once again, the TC series really bringing out the fantastic racing.
All right, we should be live there now. Coming up, Nick, you should be able to see my screen.
I can, yes.
Right, 11 laps done, so we got 9 laps to go with Leon LaRue in the lead here, I think.
Yes, it looks like Leon LaRue is in the lead, followed very closely by Stewart. I assume that is Jude Stewart. I know there are 2 Stewarts, but I'm going to make a flying guess at that one.
Right, give me a sec. Sorry guys, I'll put the stream on now. There's a problem somewhere, so I'm just going to get out and come back in. Just hold on 2 secs. We've got some time.
Let's have a chat to Stanley. I was able to...
Okay, hold on. He's there now.
There we
You
go. Stanley, how are you, my friend?
Good and yourself?
Yeah, very well. Fantastic race. How was that for you?
Yeah, quite stressful considering I had the second round with James Leach Sr. there in the second race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really incredible. You made the position look easy though when you made the move.
The thing is, I was catching him about half a second through every lap through turn 2 and turn 3, the little the S bend there.
Yes.
He was a bit slow there. I kept going deep. Otherwise, he was matching me the rest of the time. I just couldn't get in front of him, and I didn't want to try what I tried in race 1, where I went up his inside on the last corner and he clipped my rear end and spun me around. So I thought, let me take a long shot and a dive from like a mile back.
Yeah. That's what I said. I think he thought you were actually doing a full send, and he stayed out there, and you just went round turn 1.
Yeah, when I saw him go wide and slow down, I was like, oh, thank you, I'll take it then.
Exactly.
But if you actually looked, there was 3 flying gypsies at one stage that were actually looking to try and fly together. Myself, Craig, and Graham, we're actually pushing quite hard. They're also pushing to catch up, and then Craig at a moment. But yeah, quite interesting race. Good fun. But yeah, the cars are tight. I'll tell you one thing. It's very hard to actually find this. You either got a dive bomb or you got to be right next to the guy to get past.
Yeah, it is super duper close, and I mean there is a little bit of a slipstream to be had on the start finish straight, but you've got to be like under 2/10 behind somebody to really have that count in your favor. So yeah, fantastic race. You were definitely flying there at the end, and in fact, I mean James really pulled out a gap. At any stage did you think to yourself, Jock, this is too much, or did you just always know that you'd have the pace over him?
Nick, initially I was watching his lap times, you know, the wrong thing to do, sitting in VR trying to look at his lap times and my lap, and I saw we were quite close, and then I remembered in the latter half of race 1 he kept running wide, so I was waiting for that, and I knew I could make half a second almost every lap there, and that's where I just kept trying to hold that tight line and just consistent laps. Not quick, but just consistent, and I'd catch him eventually, and then it would just be a matter of putting pressure on him to either make a mistake or dive bomb and hope both of us come out okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the next steps? Division 1, I assume.
Well, the last TC race I was Division 1. This one I just missed the cut. But yeah, no, you know, I'm happy Div 2, top end of Div 2, bottom of Div 1. It's good fun.
It is good
I'll be
fun.
honest with you.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. Watching the race tonight and having watched the Div 1 stream, you guys had the better race by a long way. The racing was tight. Guys were giving each other space. It was really fantastic to watch. You Yokes really did yourselves proud, and I certainly hope you're proud of your victory. And it's the first of many to come.
Yeah, awesome,
Yeah,
Stanley.
no. Thanks guys. Yeah, thanks Alan for putting this together. Thanks Alan and Nick for commentating. I'm gonna enjoy sharing the video, the live stream after the fact with everyone.
Go and watch that, dude. Watch it from a third-person perspective. That race was unbelievable. We couldn't keep up with you guys.
No, thanks. As I said, I was hoping to myself, Graham and Craig were all on a voice chat together, and we were actually hoping in race 1 to go 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
But then obviously I had my moment with James Leach Senior on that last corner, and I then had to try and catch him again. But yeah, no.
Cool.
Awesome, good fun. Thanks, guys, and thanks for commentating. We really
Grand, man.
appreciate it.
Thanks very much, dude.
Okay.
When you guys give us that kind of racing, it's our absolute pleasure.
Hey, well, that's what Div 2 is. We watch Div 1, we learn from the mistakes, and bar first race where we have high-ping guys almost take out half the field, it's still good fun, even with the bumping and riding and the odd spins, you know, the adrenaline rush actually makes up for it because it's such quick laps.
Yeah.
No,
So we've got we're watching the last 4 laps of Div 3 here. I've got a problem with my camera app, so I'm going to have to blow that out the window. But we've got LaRue in the lead, and he is 4.5 seconds up the road from Jude Stewart, the youngster go-kart driver, and then
Which
Roman.
is also another flying gypsy as well.
Oh yes. And Roman Klisevitz, I think I said that correctly, in 3rd. Kraus 4th, Van Mansberg 5th, and Fix 6th. Just trying to find a close dice here at the moment. Our man Ryan Hill in 11th place.
Well, Kraus is very close at the moment to Kristovic, however he says, and Ryan Hill, as you say. Yeah. These guys giving it their all as well.
Ryan's diving down the inside here. Oh, he's backed out, gone in behind him as they go through the second last corner. And then down to the last corner onto the start-finish straight.
Yeah, keep trying to get a better drive there, Ryan. You can see whether it's worked or not. I'm not sure. Looks like he's going to be side by side into turn 1. Dives up the inside, looking to take a tighter line. Doesn't quite make it stick. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be harder on the brake there.
Sean Hodge round the outside of him and held the position. Oh, Fick, not as Fick. Just jumping to him as they come through the second last corner, and he's right on the back of Swiggers.
Yeah, as you can see in Sim Race SA, there's absolutely tight racing up and down the field, so it doesn't matter whether you're Div 1, Div 3, you're going to find a battle and you're going to have some fun. That is absolutely for sure. So anybody out there who's
Turn
considering,
one.
hey, maybe I should get involved in this. This looks like good fun. It's never too late to sign up. Go to simracesa.co.za, click on that sign up button and get yourself involved.
Yep, do it. It's the best fun you can have with all your clothes on, I'm telling you now. Just jumping back to our man Ryan Hill, and
all over the back of that Honda.
All over the back of that Honda. I tell you what, this race is close, and all over the back of him is Ulified. Reino Ulified also looking to get a position here for BWR.
Leader is currently on the final lap. LaRue, Stewart still 4 seconds behind. Looks like the top 3 positions are pretty much nailed in at this stage.
Von Mansberg down the inside of Kraus into turn 1, but Kraus holds on, so they're on their last lap, and the gaps here are under a second apart, as you can see. Anna van Mansberg hard braking into T2.
Yeah, locks up, but you know, tires don't need to last anymore. Who's that giving?
I think somebody maybe ran out of petrol there.
No,
I don't know.
They managed that. These guys use like so little fuel, guys.
Hill.
13 liters and you're golden for this race.
Oh, they're going past Ryan Hill. Oh, and he's gone around the...
that's a proper hit.
That was
just
a bang.
That was a bang, unfortunately. But Ryan Hill now in 11th and Olivier down to 13th.
There we go.
Leon LaRue,
he's done it.
Final lap.
Oh, third place.
Yep.
Wow, that was close.
Just manages to keep it. That was very close at the end. Goodness. That really closed up.
Sorry guys, so yeah, we had a little bit of a problem with my app. My remote, AC remote, doesn't work with this division for some other reason. Oh, yep, so there we go, all done and dusted for Division 3. Leon LaRue taking the win there, so we're going to go and try and find him. It's been an evening of racing, Nick.
It has been some wonderful racing tonight. I really hope that everybody, no matter what division you competed in, has really enjoyed the racing and you know, got something out, learned something, had a good dice, had a good time. That's what we're all about here.
Let me see if I can find Leon LaRue's here somewhere.
There he is.
Is he there?
No, he's in the off-air waiting.
I'm coming. Yeah, here we go.
Hello, Leon. Welcome to the winner's circle, my friend.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
How's it, Leon?
Seems like commanding victory in the Division 3 second race. How did you find it?
Oh no, it was lots of fun. Unfortunately, the first race I binned it, so I didn't get where I expected. But the second one, I just calmed myself, and yeah, I was where I wanted to be.
So was it just a case of managing that to fight through to get to the first place?
Yeah, it was just, you know, calming the nerves, getting the head set and straight on, and yeah, just head down, keep going, keep it clean. Yeah, and it worked out.
Leon, where did you finish in the first heat?
I finished third or fourth, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so you started the second heat down in 7th or 8th, then you say?
Yeah, so it was a bit of a battle, but
Jeez,
I think
you did well.
Yeah, and fantastic result for your team as well. I think you guys have done very, very well this whole evening. So what's next? Are you going to be aiming for Div 2 or Div 1? Where are the plans?
Yeah, I'll just see how quick I can go. Yeah, I think, you know, it's always a good learning curve, and to see how quick you can get. Yeah, so hopefully move into Div 2, have some more experience, get into Div 1, see how far I can go.
Awesome, man.
And just very quickly, tell us a little bit about yourself, Leon. Sort of what's your racing background, if any sim racing background? How did you get into this?
Started some racing about a year ago, so it's been on and off. I've been to the US in the meantime and had a bit of a lull in the sim racing, but during lockdown got into it again, and yeah, I'm having lots of fun with it.
Excellent.
Awesome. We're super chuffed to have you here, and once again, congratulations on your victory.
Yeah, well done, buddy. Good. Nick, thanks very much. I think that's us for the evening. A great evening's racing, in fact. I was very, very. I was riveted in that Division 2's 1 and 2 race. That second race was amazing to watch.
Yeah, it really was phenomenal. I hope people share that around and just show how much fun the Sim Race SA League is. And we hope to see you all very, very soon.
Definitely. Okay, so that's it from us tonight at Sim Race South Africa. Thanks to everybody on YouTube who joined us. I see Matthew Boy's also there, and Lazarus Matupa and Christoffel Buerta. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. It was amazing racing. And right, we'll be back in, I think it's a week's time. We've got
GP Series.
GP Series. Yep. So we'll be back probably next week, Monday, and we hopefully will see you all then. So from me, thanks, and have a good evening.